Greetings, everyone. I'm your favorite church girl.
Viva.
I'm in the kitchen. Let me just quickly sort out lunch and dinner before I go back to it. Meanwhile, how's your day going? Beautiful, I hope. Remember, I pleaded with you last week to go to my Instagram at VBoxings. I also pleaded with you to go to my YouTube channel, VBoxings. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Well, thanks for the feedback I'm getting so far. I like that I am touching lives. I like that some of you are happy with what I'm doing. I like that some of you are blessed with what I'm doing. I just hope I'm not just putting out content. I'm here to just do it as the Spirit is leading me. So today I just wanted us to talk about minding your own business. We have said this over and over, and it's almost beginning to sound like a chorus, rather. It's cliche. Mind your business, mind your business, mind your business. The truth is, we can never say it enough because as long as we're here, there are people who want to be up all in your business, and you just have to, move backwards a little bit, observe the situation, and know how things are going. Now, let me just give a quick story. Sometime last year, I joined this group. We do stuff together. When I got there, I said, okay, we're not so many in this group. Well, what I like to do is I like to be cool, be friendly with everybody, but then I just want to observe people, their personality, know who to liaise with and who to just not give my whole self to. In actual sense, you shouldn't give your whole self to anybody. Wisdom has taught us not to do that. But then I just wanted to know which people will be my close pals. And then just a few weeks of me being there. Now, there's this lady in our midst. She's in every way bigger than me. She's older than me. She's far more educated than I am. She's more accomplished than I am. She drives a way bigger car than I do. So there is no reason that she and I will be wanting to drag anything. She's also married, 4 kids. So doing very fine. And if you see the lady, she has this no-nonsense face. Fine, cool, you can have your no-nonsense face. You can actually be a no-nonsense person. We're here to do what we're here to do. We're not here to be yourself, I be myself, be a no-nonsense person. So, but then I already knew that, okay, give this woman her space, respect her, but let her be in her own area. You be in your own area. So that's how we've been rolling. So honestly, in every way, there's no reason for me to want to drag, so to say, anything with her. So on one of those days that we're just sitting, gist led to gist from nowhere, someone was like, that this madam, we will just continue avoiding her. So I was like, okay. And then she was like, that's how she was asking me the other day, what does VBox do for a living? I was like, me? Why would she want to know what I do for a living? How do you think she got this car she's driving? Like when it starts getting into people asking about my personal life, my private life, I become uncomfortable because you don't have to know everything about me. The part of me that I reveal to you should be enough for you. I also don't go prying into your privacy. So at that point, I realized, okay, she's a no-nonsense person, but could it be that she's also jealous of me? And then on another day, someone was like, this madam, even with the big car where she drive, she still jealous you. I was like, hey, God, please don't save me. I started trying my best to be careful because we're all here for what we're here for. So I didn't want someone to use their own sansan to spoil my gari. So I just said, okay, at this point, you have to be really, really careful. When we're there where we are, we talk normally. I really could see her face like she wants to punch me or like she wants to confront me over something. But I try my best to have nothing to allow her confront me over. So, but then on one of those days when, again, we're idly gisting, some other fellow who wasn't there the last time was like, today's meeting might not be interesting. Or like, why? I was like, that madam will not be around today. In my mind, I was like, oh, thank God. So I was like, oh, that's sad. He said, really sad though. That man is such a sweet soul. Like, okay. I was like, that if everybody would be like that woman in this world, there'll be no problem. And then I was like, are we talking about the same person? Is it that woman that is amebo, that is jealousy, that is always angry and looking for what to be angry about? When he kept going on about how nice she is, I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, he kept going on and on about how the man does not have any problem. Like, at the point I said, no, I have to speak because he is closer to her, really. He knows everybody. So I said, okay, please. But this woman that we're talking about, she has this mean demeanor. Don't come close to me. Don't talk to me. I'm not your mate. He said, if you look at her face, you will not deal with her, but she's a very beautiful soul. Like, oh yeah? I said, I'm not going to believe it. The woman is not like that. But after some time, stuff started bringing us close together. Stuff started making us work together, do stuff together. And I saw how sweet she was. She calls to check up on me. She calls to see how we're doing. So So at this point, I now realized that, okay, she might not actually be the way we thought she was, or maybe she was so with someone and they witnessed or something. But then at that point, I realized that if I had judged her completely based on what someone else had said, I wouldn't be fair to her. I too have been misjudged. People used to think I was a B word, that I was rude, or I was a no nonsense person. I was too strict. Everybody has had their opinion about me, and I'm sure people have had their opinion about you. But I noticed something, or I learned something. People can use their own impression about someone else to influence other people about that same person. They probably had no encounter with her personally, and I'm pretty sure, I'm so 100% sure that the woman never asked about what I do for a living, or even if she did, maybe not. But then, why did you make it your business to come and start warning me about someone else, So at this point, I told myself, I learned something very important. Something I had always known, but I was almost losing my guard. People will always want to make someone else's life their business. Waiting no concern them, they will want to force themselves to be concerned about it. Just because so they can have something to say. Not because they want to solve problems or help situations, no. Just so they can have something to say. And that way they will knock two people's heads together. If I was a troublesome person, I'll just walk up to her and they're like, why are you up in my business? Why are you doing amebo? Why do you want to know what I'm doing? And then there'll be problem for what she didn't do. I had to now calm down and by myself start observing her for myself and start forming my own opinion about her. And true to it, she's a sweet soul, a very sweet soul. There was this woman when I was very young, when we were in the choir. She used to sing very well. She used to be so beautiful. I was very little. I wasn't even a teenager at the time. So I had this impression about her because she was so beautiful. She could sing so well. I had this impression about her that she must be a proud person. So every time I saw her in my mind, I was like, that proud woman. That proud woman. And she had this courage. She had this poise. She had this demeanor of, she was such a posh lady. So every time I see her, I'm like, this proud woman, this proud woman. I carried that impression as a child. For a woman, she is highly educated and so beautifully talented and also physically so beautiful. I carry this impression about her that she's so arrogant. What did she do to me? Nothing. What did she say to me? Even as a child, nothing. But I was just beefing her in my mind. I was seriously beefing her, not the small beef. In fact, she would sing so beautiful. I'm like, what did she even sing? That person cannot sing. So it started to haunt me. I don't know if you've ever been so jealous or so in a terrible emotion that it's haunting you. I'll see her in my dreams and I wake up and like, that arrogant woman. When I now finally joined the choir, I joined the choir very, very early. In fact, I was 10, 11 when I joined the choir. My mom made me actually. So I started having personal encounters with her. And you see how she wants to sing. She'll call me to be one of her background vocalists to do backup for her. And I'll be like, small me. With all the aunties and mamas and in the choir, she would come and meet me. I should come and do her backup for her. I'll be like, okay. I'll be so humble. I'll become so humble. I started to realize that this woman was such a sweet soul. It wasn't the impression I had about her. I didn't even know her. I hadn't even had a personal encounter with her. I started judging her wrongly. I beg. Let us learn to mind our business. If people have not, if people have come to meet you and told you, don't form your opinion about people based off on what other people have said. Know people for yourself. And if you feel like it's going to be a waste of time, just stick to yourself. Don't let people rope you into what does not concern you. You'll get into trouble. You can't be fighting battle that does not concern you. Maybe that's their own personal beef, or do not drag you into it. Please mind your business. So mind your business. Don't let people suck you into their bitterness, suck you into their anger that probably has no cause. Then you now will now be the one to start creating a cause, creating a reason for the bitterness and anger. That's all I have to say to you today. It's been on my mind all week and I'm glad I've let it out. I hope someone learns something. I'm praying seriously that your week is blessed. I welcome you to the month of June. June is going to be beautiful for us. Don't go and think too much about how you get feel. If you have a bicycle ride, if it is a walking distance trek, please don't let anything give you headache. It is too early to have hypertension. Please have a beautiful week. God bless you. You're safe, you're secure, and plenty money is coming to you in Jesus' name. As I pray so for you, I pray so for myself. Once again, please don't forget to go to Instagram. My handle at VBoxings. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, VBoxings. In fact, when you see VBoxings anywhere, look very well. It must be me. I don't know if there's any other VBoxings. I'm happy I did this with you guys today. Beautiful week ahead. Ciao.